Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by Mr. Vijay Kiran Anand, IAS. He's the Chief Executive Officer at Invest UP, as he leads us on a journey on Uttar Pradesh as an investment destination. Now, under his watch, Uttar Pradesh has developed one of India's largest land banks and 7 operational expressways. Please welcome on stage Mr. Vijay Kiran Anand. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Distinguished policymakers, business leaders, members of the Times Network Group, and distinguished guests, it's an absolute privilege and honor to be representing UP State Government in this August gathering and this wonderful national platform. I'm thankful for that, and on behalf of the entire team working under the Honorable Chief Minister of UP, we would like to share that not only the transformation of UP over the last few years, also present to you the kind of offerings and the kind of ecosystem that is being diligently planned and laid down for our esteemed investors. A short presentation within the time frame that is given to us. We all have seen or felt the transformation of UP. Honorable Chief Minister started with the main building blocks of departmental governance and improving on the indicators you would have seen. Now it is the second largest economy in the country, a burgeoning middle class, a lot of aspiration, a lot of dynamism in the economy, and we would want you to be part of that. We all need the feedback and the active participation of our esteemed investors. UP is one of the states which has 10 plus cities of 1 million plus population, a great improvement in indicators, be it in health, education, sanitation, urbanization, and so on. And as you can see, with the contribution of the central flagship schemes, we've always been piggybacking on that and ensuring there is a lot of good convergence. UP has been consistently awarded as a leading achiever in all the central government schemes, and the indicators have shown that. And with that, we have the 250 million plus consumer market is ready to be tapped there, and most sectors are showing an inflection point with the critical mass of large anchor investors, MSME base, and so on. And that's a great opportunity for any sector, cluster, or anchor investor to tap onto. And each department is moving to systemic, smart governance through technology, through team construct, and long-term vision as well. So, under the Honorable Prime Minister and Chief Minister's leadership, you had $6 trillion vision for UP with long-term goals and a medium-term goal of $1 trillion. We had 20% manufacturing growth rate of last year, consistently over the last few years, 10% plus GSDP growth rate. And we continue to do further enhancement improvements with continuous engagement with our stakeholders. The building blocks are there. You would have seen some of the indicators are eye-catching. 10 years ago, we had 500 factories being registered every year. Last year, we registered almost 4,000 factories, and this year the target is almost 8,000 factories laid down, for which we are working very hard as a team. We had 2 lakh plus STEM graduates emerging every year, 8,000 plus education institutes. So there are large talent pool to be tapped. Many of the cities are labor force suppliers for the entire country and the world, and we want to retain that talent, and a lot of clusters emerging across the state, for which effort has been made. The manufacturing growth rate is over the last few years has been consistently about 20%. And in each sector, we've had traditional sectors where there has been comparative strategic advantage of UP, like food processing, dairy, animal husbandry, and so on, steel, cement, and so on. Some of the new sectors where UP has emerged, we are 55% plus manufacturing of smartphones. All the 7 nodes of defense corridors have taken over. We have 60 plus companies now of defense production, including BrahMos being a thing. We have the new airport in Jewar coming, and that in Noida, Greater Noida, ADA, Yamuna Authority area has 100 plus GCC, a lot of IT, ITS companies, and service sector hub. We have emerging destinations like Lucknow, Kanpur, Varanasi, Agra, and so on. And all other infrastructural requirements like electricity, water supply, UP is blessed now with a revenue surplus state, with an electricity surplus state. This is all the building blocks for an inflection point. The biggest transformation story has been the investment in infrastructure and the diligent planning that has gone. You would have seen we have 7 now operational expressways and 6 upcoming now. 5 international airports, including the biggest one in Asia and the second largest in the world coming up in Jewar. 16 domestic airports. We have the largest railway network in the country now. We have dedicated freight corridor, large presence of that. We have inland waterways, first inland waterways of India, and many more coming up. Lot of investment there. We have a very good MOU with railways, where we provide railway sidings on demand for our esteemed investors. All the trunk infrastructure is there, and there is a huge land bank being created, almost 70,000 acres of land bank. There is greenfield, ready to move land. On the expressways, around 18,000 acres of land bank has been created with good connectivity, with backward and forward linkages. We have a new industrial authority for many of the new sectors like solar, defense, pharmacy, red category industries which can be offered land bank in Bundelkhand Industrial Development Authority, which is almost 25,000 acres of land has been acquired. 20,000 acres more is going to be acquired, and that's going to be a next big investment destination for energy sector and such other industries. As you can see, the defense corridors have taken off, and this infrastructure story, lot of investment has gone into this infrastructure, and now UP can boast of world-class infrastructure for esteemed investors, and there is a dedicated allotment policy with transparency and facilitation for the investors to allot these policies with very robust data systems. So, as I mentioned about the building blocks created, one was the infrastructure. There is also a lot of effort on making sure that the ease of doing business, the seamless journey of the investors, right from intent to MOU, to conversion to groundbreaking and commercial operations, and post that hand-holding also. There are dedicated teams working across sectors, trying to make sure understand the business plan of our esteemed investors and try to facilitate them at every stage, front-end them at every stage, and making sure that there are almost 200 plus relationship managers at the state level, at the district level. The targets for the $1 trillion initiative, the sectoral policies operationalization is monitored right from Honorable Chief Minister's office to the CM dashboard. Every district and the district magistrates are given target, every departments are given target. We've had 4 groundbreaking ceremonies so far with almost 12 lakh crores of grounding happening, and we are coming up with one more now very soon, and there will be further groundbreaking of around 5 lakh crores of investment, almost leading to 38% conversion rate of the MOUs being signed with our investors. So we have robust supply chain network as well. A lot of investment has happened in logistics. We've had almost 40 plus proposals of logistics hubs. A multimodal logistic hub is coming up in Dadri, and other warehousing and logistics proposals were sanctioned by the government, subsidized by the government, and many of our investors have set up or in the process of setting up these logistics hubs. As I mentioned also about the land bank. The focus from the beginning has been transparency, accountability, and proactive administration with speed and time-bound clearances. And for that, a policy-driven ecosystem was the central pillar and the pivot around which it happened. Each sector, there was a diligent effort to make sure, understand the benchmarking across the states, across the globe, and come up with the best policy. So we can claim that we have, in terms of benchmarking, we have the best policies, the most comprehensive and wide-ranging network of incentives and benefits that we offer to the customers leading up to their thing, and constantly evolving with the feedback from the stakeholders. Some of our sectors have yielded very good results, like energy sector, our bioenergy policy has led to 150 plus CBG plants. Our defense and aerospace policies has led to 7 defense corridors taking on. Our industrial policy, no state is offering the kind of customized packages that we are offering for strategic investments. No state is offering the deep front-end land subsidies that we are offering. We are one of the few states which are offering 75 to 80% front-end land subsidies for Fortune 500 companies for foreign direct investments with a low threshold value and very timely clearances of these. So, the processes are routinized, processes are transparent. Our cabinet sits almost every 15 days. Our higher sanctioning committees sit every week and process on a time-bound manner. We are focusing in a big way. We are seeing a lot of action in our foreign direct investments, foreign capital investments, and global fortune company investments. And to tap onto that, we've had a lot of market intelligence of many companies diversifying from China and other countries, and we are targeting those and chasing those companies. So dedicated front desks are established for this, who are working with the embassies in these countries, with the chambers of commerce and industry association in this, with investors, one-on-one understanding their business plan and facilitating them end-to-end for all their requirement of infrastructure and clearances. So we are seeing a lot of action on Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, Germany, France, and so on, and regular delegations of these from our state are going to these countries, and vice versa. Top CEOs are visiting, and hopefully this will lead to rich dividends in the coming years. And we would want you to please be part of this. We've had many positive advantages in many of the traditional sectors where we've been strong of. We have focusing on some of the sectors in a big way, like textiles, because it's a large labor multiplier, particularly women workforce. We've been a textile hub. Noida has almost 10 lakh people working there. We had Varanasi Weaver Cluster, Badoi Carpet Cluster, Lucknow clusters, but we wanted to improve on this and create more clusters, bring in more investors, integrated value chains. On that, we are targeting pharma and chemicals in a big way. Electronics component manufacturing has been a story in UP. We've had large companies in UP, and we want to work further on that, inviting big companies, offering them cluster-based and other kinds of supports and incentives. Auto and EV manufacturing, we've had a large base, but we want to improve upon that. So we have dedicated teams working with subject matter experts, working with these sector associations and anchor investors. One of the critical things we are focusing on GCC. I've seen many of the people from the GCC space participating today. We had the most, NASSCOM has admitted it, that we've had the most comprehensive wide incentive framework for GCC and state-of-the-art policy. And we are having Noida, Greater Noida as a GCC destination. We are happy to facilitate even GCC through our GCT desks investments. You would have seen the transformation of Varanasi, Gorakhpur, Ayodhya, Prayagraj as displaying our cultural heritage to the world. That has led to UP becoming the #1 tourism destination for domestic and foreign tourists. And we want to make sure that the economic multiplier of the tourism sector reaches things with the Buddhist circuit, with the Hindu circuit. You saw what happened in the Mahakumbh this year with a lot of economic multiplier on that. So our tourism policy offers a lot of benefits and a single window system for our esteemed operators, tour operators and hospitality chains and companies, and we invite all of them to be part of this tourism sector transformation and growth that is happening in the city, in these cities and in UP in general. I mentioned about textiles and apparels. We have a very robust policy. We have the dedicated teams working with sourcing companies, textile companies, regular engagements with them. Our Honorable Chief Minister is himself leading this initiative to set up like the PM Mitra Park in Hardoi and other textile clusters. We are ready to offer customized packages and incentives to our esteemed textile investors. And there is a dedicated skill mission and a dedicated Kaushal Connect still working under Invest UP, who would be linking you to the talent pool required for apparel and textile clusters. I mentioned about GCC. This is going to be huge, $200 billion opportunity. 3,000 GCC is going to be in the next 5 years. And we've already had a lot of presence, and we have very comprehensive incentives there, and emerging destinations like Lucknow, where we had very recently IBM, we had HCL's largest presence there, we have SIFI, we had Genpact coming to Lucknow, Noida has 100 plus GCCs established and more coming up very rapidly, and we look forward to more and more IT, GCC, life sciences, pharma companies coming and setting up their research centers there, and we would work with them very closely for the linkages in terms of talent pool, through our Kaushal Connect cell, through our we have a robust network with credit developers, with business parks setting up companies, the big players, the medium-sized players, to set up these world-class facilities for them, plug-and-play facilities for GCC players, even support like tax structures and statutory approvals and so on, with a single window set up under the Invest UP. We are the largest consumers of electric vehicles. Our EV policy has been one of the success stories so far, and we are encouraging EV manufacturing across the state with our dedicated land bank and policy benefits. We are looking forward to, we already have business plans of a lot of companies, our OEMs. We have Tata Motors and Ashok Leyland plants in Lucknow. We have a lot of the vendor ecosystem partners also working in UP so far, but we need more, and we look forward to having from this sector as well a lot of further investments into UP. I mentioned about the policy benefits that we think, the wide range of policies, including capital and the flexibility that we offer. The focus is not just on Western UP and the NCR belt. The focus is to encourage industry to set up in Purvanchal, Bundelkhand and Madhyanchal region. Very few states are offering the kind of incentives, including 300% GST reimbursement for Bundelkhand and Purvanchal areas that UP is offering. We are offering even customized packages for strategic investors. And all our policies have seen a lot of letter of comforts being given, a lot of interest shown by investors, and we look forward to this list growing year after year. As you can see, the growth has been across the state. Eastern UP is emerging as a cement and steel manufacturing hub. It is already a tourism hub, and a lot of other action is happening on textile clusters and so on. There are dedicated parcels set up for dedicated industries. There is a pharma park coming up in Bundelkhand. We are looking forward to more and more investment. There are 7 defense corridors also being set up. There are greenfield lands available for customized sector-specific clusters being set up, or anchor investors coming. We are even monetizing land which is unused, including of government land and SIC units, and a lot of global companies and Fortune 500 Indian companies are participating in these monetization exercises. And we have robust policies for private industrial parks and business parks to set up under different business models, be it design, build, finance and operate and transfer model, or revenue sharing model, or upfront sale of land, and for leasing models, long-term leasing models. One of the important emphasis of the Honorable Chief Minister has always been the ease of doing business. We have very robust data systems. We've been consistently rated as achiever status by Government of India and other independent bodies, and we are continuously improving that. There has been rapid process engineering for departments. The number of fields in the forms have reduced to less than 50% now. Number of documents to be uploaded have been reduced. A large extent, touch points have been reduced. There are dedicated relationship managers in the field and at the state level working with the investors, front-ending them for transparency and time-bound clearances. This is monitored at the highest level periodically from the CM command center and dashboard, CM level dashboards, and making sure that the investor is given time-bound approvals and clearances without any harassment or any kind of inconvenience. And we continue to improve on this ecosystem. I think we have 7 development authorities. Normally states have 1 development authority, but considering the large population and the landscape that we have Noida, Greater Noida and Yamuna Authority and the NCR region. We have UP State Industrial Development Authority, which I head, which has 176 industrial estates all across the state, almost 10,000 acres of land bank available, which can be monetized. Regular allotments keep happening. Our ads keep coming out. We have almost 18,000 acres of land available across the expressways with good connectivity. And all these authorities have very robust, transparent systems and data systems engaging with the investors. Yeah. So these are some of the investors who have already set up, and we have a lot of testimonials from them. We would be happy to have you engage with them to understand their experiences and what kind of journey they've had, and hopefully we'll have many more of them, allowing us to engage with them further and facilitate them further. Across sectors, we've had a critical mass of companies now looking for further growth and inflection. UP needs a lot of investors and people like you setting up with your animal spirits the business plans in UP, and we are there to facilitate. I'm here on behalf of the state, under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister, to not just invite you, but assuring you that we'll be engaging you. Hopefully, we'll be able to actually facilitate a lot of you, but to co-create with you, to partner with you in a long-term basis. We invite you all to participate in the journey, the transformative journey that UP is showing and leading up to its $1 trillion journey, and be part of that journey. Thank you so much.